When there is the belief in separation, it feels like there are separate things divided by space, and separate moments, and separate events divided by time. And it feels like there is a separate you walking along a timeline between birth and death. But all of these things are created by thought. The word tree seems to create a thing called tree, and all that is not tree, including a thing called you. I remember as a kid I had a box of 12 crayons, and I was always frustrated because this paltry box of colors could never capture what I saw. I was so excited to get my box of 64 crayons. And even then, it was obvious that there was an infinite array of color, not separate colors at all. I would take my favorite green and scribble a whole page with this color. And yet it was not that color, with light and shadow and reflected colors all over it. There was never just one color. And yet, I didn't realize that color is a thing created by thought. Red, blue, yellow, green, all thought created. And you may say, well, it's just varying wavelengths. But that is still description, isn't it? Thought is made of shared learned words, painting a shared dream of separation. All words refer to other thoughts, other words. And this flowing net of description seems to be cast over the physical world. It seems like there is an unknowable, unfathomable physical world just underneath thought. But by calling that unknowable, calling it a physical world makes it seem like a thing, doesn't it? And it could feel solid. And yet, under is thought created, isn't it? Thought is thought created. There's no before thought. There's no after thought. All of these are created by thought. And this marvelous thought stream, or mind, paints this dream of separation. It paints you and me, and love and beauty, and mountains and sky and clouds. But thought has no substantiality. It has no substance, no weight, no solidity. Substance, weight, solidity, all thought created. Can you see how the thought dream spins itself, weaves itself into a magical world of this and that? And yet, there is no this or that, or both, or neither. And some may feel like, yes, but it feels right that if there is thought, there is a thinker. And if there is feeling, well, then there must be a feeler. And if there is all this, well, this must come from a source, or a God, or emptiness. But coming and going, all thought created. Cause and effect, all thought created. The physical world has no qualities or characteristics, no time, dimension, causality, no measurement without thought. All this flowing description can make it feel like there is a someone inside of thought, thinking it, that there is permanency and solidity, but there is no movement or non-movement. There are no separate things to change or remain the same. And some may feel like they've seen through this imaginary self, and that can be quite unsettling, that you are this thought dream. And the mind might latch onto another philosophy that makes sense within the dream of separation. Ooh, maybe I'm awareness or consciousness. These are more ideas, magnificent ideas created by the thought stream. For there is nothing solid or flowing, temporary. Life does itself, arises all by itself, erases all by itself, simultaneously, without time or the lack of time. There are no things or the lack of things. And there is no right or wrong. Right and wrong are made up. There is no reality other than when thought says it is, or true or false, all wondrously thought created. And knowing that we are this shared dream of separation, there is an end of belief in separation and the end of feeling of separation. But it is not the end of the dream. All of these words paint the dream of separation. There is no escape from the dream of separation. The dream of enlightenment is merely the dream of not believing in the dream. And here I am, as real as you, as real as love, as real as time and space, as real as enlightenment. And how wondrous that all these things seem to appear, all these colors, light and shadow and depth. It may feel like there is something lurking underneath the thought dream, this unknowable vastness, unfathomable beyond measure. But there is not even nothing outside of it, and nothing inside of it. Spinning, 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 thought is spinning the dream of you and me and we and love. How magnificent, how beautiful your colors, how beautiful you are. Ah, if you could only see yourself, this beauty, this love that I see, you would break down weeping. For there is nothing inside when we look. We cannot see what we are. We cannot see this beauty, this love, this infinite innocence, this majesty of the dream of separation. We can never touch because of our imaginary lines. But it can seem, in sharing our stories, that we become each other. Our lines dissolve, and there is nothing there. Beyond thought, you do not exist. Not even nothing exists. And that is somehow most wondrous that this dream of separation allows the seeing of seeing. Wow, life kissing us through our own lips. Love falling in love with itself through these eyes, through this heart, in this shared dream of separation that we are.